Hello and welcome to a brand new series, Oats So Good. That's where I tell you all the things you can make with a humble bag of oats. Today, it's the turn of granola, part 1 of the series. These are going to be fewer than 10 ingredients, half of which you've probably already got in your cupboard anyway. Follow along. All week, you'll have tasty cereal or a little topping for your fruit and yogurt, who knows. The choice is up to you. Let's go. Okay, for this recipe, you're going to need a large mixing bowl and a set of scales. So first up, oats. We're going to put 280 grams into the bowl. 294, a bit less. 280, okay. To that we're going to add 40 grams of seeds. You can use pumpkin seeds, you can use any seeds you like. I'm going to use a mixed seed which contains pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, golden linseeds and hemp seeds. Next up, we're going to add 20 grams of brown sugar just to give it a little bit of sweetness. A big bowl just fell in, so I'll just break that in half. That's about 20 grams, that'll do. And then to really set that sweet taste tingling, we're going to put in 50 grams of honey. Feels like a lot when you put it in, but don't forget this is going to go across several servings. Lovely jubbly, about 50 grams in there. To the mix next is 90 grams of olive oil. That is going to help crisp everything up when it goes in the oven. Give it that iconic granola crunch. 90 grams in. Okay, now it's time for the nut of your choice. I'm going to go for a pecan nut because I like the crunch of it. Going to put 80 grams of this in if you like peanuts, if you like bigger nuts, smaller nuts, whatever floats your boat. 80 grams of these, couple more. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a whole nut. We want a chopped nut. So just chop the nuts up fairly coarse, doesn't have to be anything beautiful. We're not making modern art here, we're just making less of a nut for your mouth. These are going to add a really lovely crunch to the granola, obviously with the oats. And don't forget the flavour will really be enhanced by the fact that it's been in the oven and giving it that light toasted taste. You don't need to be too specific with the weighing out of all these ingredients. If you fancy a few more, a few less, that's absolutely fine. So we'll put this back into the mixing bowl. A teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And that'll do. We're going to mix all this up, get it into the oven. Give that a good stir. Get all the ingredients nice and combined. Get the oil all the way through it because that's when you bake it, it's going to give it that crispy taste. Okay, that's pretty well mixed. We're going to get that onto the pan. So as you can see here, I've greased and lined a pan with baking paper and a bit of foil behind it. I'm going to put the granola onto that and then just spread it pretty evenly across to give it a nice even bake. Get all that into one smooth layer. That's going to go into the oven. I'm going to put it in at about 160 degrees, not too high, because what you want to do is you're going to slowly toast it and it'll go golden brown. Just remember when you do bake this to turn it every 5 minutes or so because it can very easily burn. So we'll get it in, we'll keep an eye on it, and I'll let you know as we go how it's doing. So the granola's had 5 minutes in the oven. It's only very lightly golden, but what you want to keep an eye out for is that it doesn't char too much or it can very easily become burnt and bitter. This has had 5 minutes. I'm just going to give it a little turn, move the bit on the top off the top so the bit underneath can cook as well. So we're going to give it 5 minutes more and then turn it again. In she goes. Okay, so this has had a total of 10 minutes in the oven now. The golden bit off the top and bring the lighter shade out from under below. So I'm going to turn this every probably 3 or 4 minutes until we reach the 20-minute mark, at which point it should be done. The granola is done. There's a nice light toasted on the top, but we're not done yet. We need to add the final ingredient, which is the dried fruit. I'm going to weigh out 50 grams each of raisins and cranberries. Raisins first, cranberries second. It doesn't have to be in that order. That's just the order I picked them up. On they go. So that's about 100 grams of dried fruit. We'll give that a stir. get it all combined. Okay, we'll give that about 20-30 minutes to cool, and then it's ready to eat. Oh, sorry, you caught me there. This is really nice. This is delicious, actually, this kind of thing. This granola will just continue to get crispier the longer you leave it. You can put it on some yogurt and fruit for a nice little dessert. You could put a couple of spoonfuls in a bowl and pour some milk on, have yourself a cereal. One thing I can guarantee though is, once you've tried this, you won't be going back to that packet stuff because it's so much better. So on this tray, there's about 12 servings of granola. That's about 2 to 3 tablespoons a serving, assuming you could do more, you could do less. There's 260 calories per serving, 5 grams of protein, 12 grams of fat, and 32 grams of carbs. I went for raisins and cranberries, but you could maybe put some sultanas in there, you could put some apricots in there, whatever you'd like to do. It's flexible. The main thing is that the oats give you the crisp, the nuts give you the bite, the raisins give you the sweet, and the sugar gives you the chew. It's delicious, it's fantastic. Please make it, you'll love it if you do. Thanks for watching though. Get stuck in, let me know how you got on if you did make it. Put a comment in there. A like, fantastic if you could do that as well, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and enjoy.